Hi everyone, I hope you're doing super well, because I am not. Remember a couple of videos back when I was dressing up the moss pole for my Philodendron Burley Marks fantasy and the thing almost tipped over? I got this off of Amazon and I will put the link. Whoa! See, look at that, cat-like reflexes there. Well, guess who didn't have cat-like reflexes today when he was putting in these pins over here, accidentally bumped into that, and the Burley Marks came tipping over, leaving a mess behind that we have to clean up and also check on the pot itself. So, let's get to it. First thing that we need to do is absolutely take care of the plant. You can see right behind it where it's sitting on that light stand, the dirt down below that had knocked over when the plant fell. Fortunately for me, and for the plant for that matter, the moss pole came down here, and this snake plant, a hero snake plant, saved its life as it caught it in there, so it only knocked over a bit, but I think that it may have snapped the new growth point up there, so we're gonna have to take a look at that. And it did knock out a ton of soil, as you can see from behind. So we're going to do this carefully, because when I did put it back into its position, I did notice a lot of soil missing from the pot. And so I did just the other night. You ever have one of those nights where you're like, I can't sleep, I'm doing plant chores? Well, that's exactly what I did as I repotted this and put it into a new pot, because it was already just kind of like moving out of space. And when I took it out and looked at the roots, I'll tell you, those roots were interesting. They were literally taking up the entire pot, but the plant itself, I mean, the roots looked super healthy. They were thick white and just gorgeous. So it didn't knock out too much soil. So I'm wondering if that soil that's the mess behind there is coming from maybe the snake plant or another plant that it may have hit into. So we'll have to investigate. But there is a little bit of soil missing from here, so I am going to put some more just around the side. I'm really glad, though, that I did pot this up the other night into a larger pot, because granted, it did give it some stability where I didn't have to put a pot within a pot, and it did need to be repotted. But yeah, this was just kind of a nightmare. And I've only had like one other instance of something like this happening. And it was so frustrating. My television set over there, it fell. One day I was just working and it was really quiet, so this was extra scary. And I was just working from my desk, and I just hear like slam. The whole thing just came tumbling down, and it destroyed a couple of my plants. Oh good, it didn't hurt the new growth point coming out, but this leaf does look like it's going to be struggling a bit. So I'm wondering, I might just decide, is it bending like that? That's weird. Maybe I'll just keep it in, let it have the deformed leaf, and yeah, just so you guys can get a view of this, what I'm talking about here. This is how the leaf has been growing in. And as you can tell, it does not look like its other leaves. I thought that because that looked like a bent shape there, I thought that maybe when it fell, it bent, but it did not. So that is good. Okay, I do need some stability, though, for this guy. So I'm going to take one of these candle holders and just going to put it in there like that. And we're going to figure out a better way to make this more stable so it doesn't run into this issue again. First things first, though, is making sure that this candle holder will hold it up. You know what? We're just going to be a little bit safer, and we're going to put this off to the side here and let it lean up against this chair. What I need to do is take another stick and basically have it, because I do have this long one over here, but we'll figure it out. I say that, but you know, clearly I did not figure it out. But I do have another option that I thought of. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to move this out of the way. And now plant emergency 911. We need to move some plants because we need to pull all of this stuff out and get behind there to, clean up this mess that's behind there. Oh, and I thought that I was literally done with all my plant chores for today. And I even just went to go put those little sticky pins in there just because I was like, oh, you know what? I have some time. I might as well just go ahead and do it. But silly Kevin. This is what happens when I try to get ahead of myself with plant chores. Just end up messing things up. Okay, so luckily we don't have to move a ton of plants, just kind of like these ones that are a little bit in the way. And then I need to move this chair. And I'll tell you, and I had like a marathon day today too of watering a bunch of plants. I was just looking forward to relaxing, but these plants had other plans for me. They always do. They can never just let me have a relaxing evening. They're like, be quiet, Kevin, we are plants, all right? Okay, so let's see. Do I want to move? No, I don't want to move this whole thing out. I'm just going to move the global green pothos here. Gosh, I'm wondering, was that just the soil from the Burley Marks Fantasy? Because I'm not seeing any other plants that got hit. Fortunately, oh man, I'll tell you what. I'm glad that I moved this snake plant over here, because had that not happened, that would have fallen on not only this Bilietier, but it would have fallen onto this crystallinum, and then the other crystallinum over there, and probably that Dean McDowell. So I'll tell you what, you're getting a freaking Medal of Honor snake plant. This snake plant is a lifesaver. Look at that. This is just a cutting of one of my snake plants. Good snake plant. I wonder in the comments below, how often do you guys deal with situations like this where you have like a plant emergency where all of a sudden you're trying to do some work on your plants and something comes crashing down, or if you've snapped a plant or something like that? Let me know in the comments, because I'm very, very curious to hear your guys' stories. Basically, just so I don't feel as bad about myself and what happened here. So, thank you guys. All right. Take this guy out. Oof, yeah, there's a lot of dirt in there. Ooh, boy. And yeah, I need to make sure and ensure the safety of that Burley Marks. So, man, I'm really bummed about that. That caught me off guard today, and I was not expecting that one bit. But here we are. I guess I can just kind of throw this dirt onto this dirt mat, and that'll make things easier. Okay. Do need to get some paper towels to clean that up, though. I have to take down the light for a little bit. Oh, and I had just got done Swiffering these floors, too. These plants, they just get me so angry. I'm just kidding. I love you all. Okay, next is the light, or the little humidifier. I have a little humidifier hidden back here, and Burley Marks Fantasy especially really loves that thing. There's all this dirt all over the light, so we'll definitely have to clean that off later on in a moment here. I just kind of want to focus on getting all of this grossness cleaned up, because it is just a disaster. I can't believe I was so careless. I mean, you guys can probably believe that I was careless, right? I mean, come on. You guys have seen my other videos. Oh, I just hate it when, like, it almost endangers a plant. Fortunately, it didn't happen, so I guess I did have it in secure enough, but still. Okay. We're going to take this guy out of here. Then, whew, yeah, that thing did, make quite the mess, I guess. Was it not very much expecting that? So, there's that. Okay. So, take this. Oh, I'll tell you, these plants will drive me mad. Mad, I say. Okay. Where did I put? Oh, there it is. I'm like, where did I put that broom? That broom brush? It's behind the camera. That's where. Okay. Hopefully, this won't take long. Ugh. Tell you what, it's like when you have a busy work week and you've got a ton of plants you need to take care of and all that good stuff. This is just what you need, right? I'll tell you guys. At least you guys are here with me, and if you haven't already, because I'm sure, wow, this guy really knows what he's talking about and doing after his plant falls. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing to my channel and giving this video a thumbs up, and to, hit the notifications button for more interesting content just like this. But seriously, if you guys wouldn't mind, that would be just really lovely of you all. And I would so appreciate it. Am I asking too much? You can tell me if I am in the comments below. Look, the fact is that when you own an urban jungle and care for one as large as like mine is, you're going to not have good days. In fact, I would say, every so often I'll have like a plant emergency. Usually, though, and I really mean this, usually it's not caused by me. Look, I'm trying to pivot blame now. This is how pathetic I have gotten. But yeah, it usually is just kind of, you know, something happening, or like a humidifier stops, or if I'm gone for an extended period of time and something just kind of goes wrong. But for the most part, I never have really any issues like this with my plants. So but I'm gonna learn a lesson, guys. I'm gonna learn a lesson from this. No, I won't. In the comments below, I know I was asking you guys earlier about if your plant mishaps and all that stuff, but I'm curious to know, what is the largest plant that you folks have had topple over? Let me know in the comments, because now I'm curious, because that philodendron Burley Marks Fantasy, after I added its last moss pole, is 6 foot tall. 6 foot tall. I'm 5'6", and that thing is 6 foot tall. So that would definitely be the largest plant-related issue that I've had so far. Hopefully it's the last. But things happen, and all you can do is just deal with it when it comes and happens, because that's what we do. That is what we do. I think I have yes, I do. A towel in here. All right. So, I'm just going to clean this off, and awesome. All right, and here we go. Let's give this another shot, shall we? What I need to do is I need to tilt this around. I'm like keeping such a close eye on that, because I'm like, oh my god, if it like falls over, I will be furious. One hand on it. And right there. Okay. Actually, before that, I need to put the little humidifier right back behind there. And I even this out by inside this little jar underneath it. I have a bunch of pebbles inside of it. And those pebbles are there to help kind of keep the light pole balanced. So it's always important to kind of, take that stuff into consideration when you're mixing things together like this. Okay. So now, just double check on this where I have the pole. This plant, I feel like, has gone through so much trauma in the last 2 weeks, from me wrapping the moss wrap around it, and then to me repotting it, and then to the plant tipping over. It's probably like, when is this going to calm down? When is this going to stop? I need it to stop. I'm sorry. Yeah, so yeah, we're going to take this guy hither, put him back in his respective place. It's like, let's talk about respect, Kevin, and something that you have not given me. If my plants could talk, they would be furious. And rightfully so. I mean, I guess I'd be really furious too if somebody knocked me over. I'm gonna do this and put this here, like so. And then, nope, it's going to tip, and I do have a solution. It's just that I need it to just be stable for enough time for me to get the ladder over here, or the seat that's in front of it. You know what I should have done, guys? I should have just did that first. Kevin, you're always using your brain. We have to say, well done, sir. Well done. I'm a fool, but aren't we all? You're like, no, would never do that to my plants. I'm not an awful person. Okay. Awful person aside, let me grab that chair. Actually, I think I'm gonna grab. Yeah, if I grab that stool, that'll be simple and easy enough. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. The stool is right over here behind the other camera. Hi guys, subscribe to my channel. You're like, no, not after this video. After we see how you treat your plants, Mr. Torres. That's Kevin or Mr. Yeah, we'll go with Mr. Torres. That's fine. Okay. So now, actually, I don't even know if I don't need that other little pot to go inside of it, because this will definitely do the trick. It's a good thing I didn't have any plans tonight, because, man, this would have been traumatic to come home to. Oh my god, my plants, my babies. Okay. So, it goes along here like this. Scoop this leaf along that side. The only thing that I really don't like about this idea, though this will make it easier for sure, is it's kind of like a obstacle to water this plant. Like, I have to come up here and undo this all the time. But I've had these Velcro strips for a while, and I think they came with some moss poles at some point. What I'm thinking is, because there's black one, is that I'm going to use that to tie this guy up here. Well, there's one black one. Let me, you know what, guys? I'm gonna have to go search for the other black Velcro strip, because I don't know where it is. All right, I'm back, and I have a better idea than the black Velcro tape better idea? I'm full of them. I'm full of something, Kevin. But I do actually have a good idea. I totally forgot that I have like this twiny looking cord. And so I'm going to use that because it would look better, I think, aesthetically with the moss pole. And it'll also be easy for me to like untie really quickly, like when I want to, when I need to water this plant on a weekly basis. So we're going to use that instead, just for the aesthetic reasons. The plant started like listening in, and they're like, "You're concerned about aesthetics. How about you get concerned about us and not dropping us, Kevin?" Huh. I know. I'm sorry, plants. I'm being selfish, but I am your creator. Well, I'm not your creator, but I am your keeper, and you shall listen. Okay, so cool. Excellent. Well, look at that. I just solved the problem. Only a million more problems to go, or when these plants decide to turn on me again. But hey, I'm going to clean all this up, and then I'm going to take a shower, and then I'm going to try to relax before bed because, um, I've had a long day, guys. I just really had a long day. And so is this plant. But hey, thanks so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notifications button so you can see more fun, interesting, and educational video like this. I'll see you guys in the next video.